Hello everyone, Sungakoka here, and we are back with another Death Battle reaction. And today's Death Battle we have Spider-Man or Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku. Now, I've been looking forward to this matchup, especially since I know who's going to be animating this death battle, and that's Moro. If you don't know who Moro is, they're basically an indie animator that did Bowser vs. Eggman and Shigaraki vs. Mihoto. And the animation for those death battles was incredible. And I've seen the sneak peek for this death battle, and it looks amazing. And as to who I think will win this battle, I think Deku might win this. Like, I like Miles Morales, but Deku would definitely edge a win here. And I've seen a lot of busted shit in My Hero Academia, so this could be a good battle. Well, this countdown. Now, Miles could still win, but I'm gonna be rooting for Deku. So yeah, I think Deku has got this. Also, I checked the description of this battle, and the music is gonna be a vocal track. Brandon Yates is doing the music, and there will be vocals. Also, if you enjoy my death battle reactions or my other content on YouTube, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy it. And let me know down in the comments below, what's your favorite death battle episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Mine is Goku vs. Superman Reimagined, the one that came out in 2023. That's my favorite. I'm gonna turn that fan off. I say this countdown is pretty fitting with what we're going to be watching today. Now I wonder what the next death battle is going to be after this one. I have a feeling it's either three choices. It's gonna be either Hulk vs. Godzilla, Ruby vs. Maka, or Ash vs. Yugi. Whichever one that gets revealed, I'm okay with it. Or it could be another death battle that we have no idea, that we don't know about. Like, we know most of the death battles because of the Kickstarter, but there's sometimes death battles that we have no idea. I like this countdown animation. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh yeah, Moro.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And
Yep.
it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was
Peter
bitten by a
Parker.
radioactive spider, and for who knows how long, he's been the one and only Spider-Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities,
The
that
Spider-Verse.
doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The
Yep.
city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit.
Miles.
Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon
Miles
events.
Morales, yep,
Now it was
graffiti
Miles'
artist,
turn
Harold
to be the hero the Big Apple
Anansi.
needed, and he had all the usual spider kit to help him out.
Canon
Spider
events.
carried the Oz
GameSpot.
formula, a genetics-enhancing serum that
Like
granted Miles superhuman
JoJo.
strength, speed, and the ability to alter
Miles
his
is
body's
now culture
electric attraction
AC.
to crawl along any surface.
And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got
Yep.
an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no Spider-Person is complete without their web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a
Yeah.
lot tougher, though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family
Damn.
dinner so awkward. All that
Yeah.
trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents! Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man
Miles' parents
wasn't to do
were
it like
always
Peter,
supportive.
but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power
Yeah.
the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what kind of spider was this?
It's not entirely science fiction.
Yeah,
Studies
Miles
have shown that
is
certain
pretty
species
nuts.
of spiders, such as the Linnaeus, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh, geez, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light-speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem, a blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's getting
Damn.
kudos from a ton of older heroes, too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers.
The Avengers.
He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda
So, like the
himself
Teen
even
Titans.
suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The Marvel version
The
of
same
Teen
stuff
Titans.
as T'Challa's own suit. This super rare and tough metal can absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield.
Hey,
and enough
Marvel
kinetic
Rivals.
energy will overload it.
Don't be
I wonder
near
when
it
they're gonna
it
add
does,
Miles
or you'll
to
end up like
Rivals.
the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
giving him huge boosts in strength and speed and making him a
Overdrive.
whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Anime.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor. No longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming
The
up with all sorts
Spider-Verse.
of other spider variants to defend the multiverse.
There's anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of
Rest
person
in
could
peace,
wear the
Stan
mask
Lee.
and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero.
Yeah.
But what is a hero? To the citizens of Japan, there was no one more synonymous with the word.
This
than
episode
their
contains
symbol of
spoilers for the
peace,
ending of Hero My
All Might.
Academia.
The big numero uno. With a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Or so it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this
Deku.
world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or
Quirks.
but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him,
Yeah,
the good-for-nothing
Deku.
Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might.
Age
but
16,
even his idol
24
told him
post-time
that he
skip.
would have to give up on his dreams.
Teacher, part-time
Forever
hero.
the beta male in the shadow
One
of
for all.
Bakugo and his Sigma quirk.
7 quirks.
Until he got the
Katsudan.
chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand.
Yeah.
Proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales, and a soccer club.
Or
Texas
football,
Smash,
as
Delaware
they call
Smash.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks, One for All is the
Detroit
ultimate
Smash.
in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper
Yeah.
vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode. So Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to
I
turn
see what he
his
did
zero
there.
name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that
Yeah.
he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowl.
Yeah.
Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired
Smart.
by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style, shoot style. To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All For One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was
Yeah.
his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One for All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One for All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One for All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All For One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils
One
to
for
swing
all,
around
Gear
and
Shift,
restrain
Black Whip,
foes.
Jin,
They can also
Float Screen,
brace his
Danger
arms
Sense,
and manually
Float.
control his muscles
Costume
if he can't
Zeta,
move.
Air Force
Float
Gloves,
allows him to
Mid-Gauntlets,
soar
Iron
high
Souls,
into
yep.
the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's
Like
mostly
Spider
like an alarm
Sense.
bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smokescreen lets him create a smokescreen. But he can use it at full blast to create
Pretty
a
self-explanatory.
bigger smokescreen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with Full Cowling to achieve Foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm with a... I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance of around
course you are,
215
boomstick.
kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he
Gear
can control
shift.
its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light-speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Yeah.
Not nearly as bad as One For All was suffocating him, though. He's been doing all of this shit in
Can
just the
hit you
10th grade.
really
I
hard.
hadn't even figured out you could breathe through your nose at that point.
The
That's a
pressure of having
reference
save
to
his
Deku
friends,
versus
the
Asta.
country, the entire world weighed on Deku. So he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One
My
For All
friends
itself.
are my power.
Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt, he even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
Yes.
Hello, it's me, Store-Bought Benjamin. I know what you're
Oh,
asking.
hey,
Benjamin,
Ben.
what are you wearing?
Dummy thick.
Yes, that's our
yeah,
mechanical
the ads
menace
for their
Mecha Goose
website.
pulling down the trunks
Merch.
of poor Dummy. Our new summer line of
I should
merch is
pick up
available
Death Battle
now on
merch sometime.
deathbattle.gg for a limited time. Website members can even get this in a unique color scheme. And there's a hat. I like the hat. I know what else you're asking. Benjamin, why did Wiz build robot butt cheeks on Dummy? I don't know. Get your cheeks at www.deathbattle.gg. All right, the combatants are
Okay,
set.
here we go.
We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for
Time
a
for a
death battle!
Here we go. New York. I like how it starts as a comic panel.
Huh?
Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you! Care to show me what you can do?
Alright, new guy. First lesson?
Here we go.
Watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
Now watch mine! Delaware! Ah!
Fight!
Let's try that one more time. Guess who?
I love the music.
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that. Oh,
Is that Japanese?
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out! Because I
Nice.
always do my best!
Yeah.
If I'm gonna do my best,
Are we going to
I gotta
overdrive?
do my own thing.
Sarah was right! Your quirk is amazing!
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
His suit has shock absorption, not nullification. So, it's got a limit.
Dude.
Go beyond!
Go beyond. Plus Ultra? Plus Ultra! Did he win?
Spider-Man, you really are the ultimate.
Nice.
KO! Vaya con Dios, Aranya Hoven.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers, which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The Spider Sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than Danger Sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attached, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next
Yeah,
up,
they
speed.
tied in
Scaling to Peter,
superpowers,
Miles
speed.
could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
As
Yep.
for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku
So
few
yeah,
immediate
Miles get
openings.
the
Deku
Miles
may
get
have
the edge
received
in
more
skill.
formal training at UA.
Miles
he was
get the edge in
ultimately
skill.
only active in
Sorry.
hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles, and that means the biggest deciding factor is
Strength.
raw strength.
And that
Deku.
was no contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All for One, the energy needed to part those clouds with his punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all, so the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All for One was still over 600 times stronger than Vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the Vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish
Yeah.
out.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Next
Okay,
time on
who is
Death
next?
Battle.
Yep, it's Hulk versus Godzilla.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
I had a feeling that was going to be the next one. And I'm very, very looking forward to see how that battle is going to play out. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this episode. I love the animation. Moro never fails to impress me. And the music, as always, chef's kiss. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. If you enjoyed this Death Battle reaction, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And let me know if you enjoyed this episode as well, like I did. This has been Sunga Koga, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!